Hey guys, welcome to another week here at the beginners course, and what we're going to do today is pretty similar gi to no gi, and we're going to do some passing starting with the knee slide, going for some Toreando, and finally a leg drag. So starting off here today, I have Jill on the bottom position, and what I'm looking for is an angle of opportunity to go for the knee slide here, right? So I'm looking to get her knee down to the floor, or at least tilt her hips to the side here. And what I want to do is I want to put my foot right behind her knee here, right? So as I do so, I'm going to collapse my shin here over her thigh, right? As you can see, what I'm looking to do with this arm on the same side is frame away this thigh here. So I'm preventing this leg from coming in and then framing me and pushing me away. So by putting my hand on her ribs here, or on her the side of her belly, I can flare my elbow up and frame away her leg, right? So now, watch the difference between the foot placement here, right? If my foot is all the way back with her by the middle of her thigh, it's easy for Jill to set up the reverse de la Hiva, right? So what I want to make sure of when I create the angle, I want to put my foot right behind her knee and here. So watch how it's super hard for her to create any hook here. Nice. So once I've gotten the entry, and you could drill the entry a couple of times first, like here, here. And once you get experience, you're going to try to do both sides as well, right? Now once we've gotten to the position, I want to start looking for an underhook, and I want to take away her frames, right? So if Jill is here and she's pushing me away, I want to make sure I control her frames by grabbing her arm. Like this, I can stream on the inside and grab it, and then pull her wrist up to my armpit here. So from here, I'm also going to make sure that my hips fall on top of Jill here, right? So I want to make sure I'm really putting my weight on top of her. And this arm here is going to slide in and become the underhook. So here, now I'm in a good position to keep going through, right? Last little detail here, I can push her face to look the other way with my head here. So I can now slide through with this leg and then finally scissor. Get that side control and then we're good. So the entry is probably the hardest thing to start with. So you want to make sure that you really get that angle here, right? Get that foot right behind the knee here. Post your hand on her belly, on the side of the belly. Flare that elbow so you can manage that leg there, that far leg. Now put your weight a little bit on top. Take away any frames. And now go through with the underhook and slide that leg through here. Once we're here, just set up a good side control and you're good to go. One last time. Yes, thank you. Okay guys, so we're going to go a little bit further here. Going first with the knee slide, I want now to get a little reaction from Jill and then go for a different pass, the Toreando pass here. So initially, starting the same way we did with the knee slide, I want to start walking here and getting my knee low here, right? Still framing that knee, but what happens now is Jill is framing on my knee that's sliding in, right? So she's really like pushing and creating some distance here. And when she's focusing on this leg and pushing me away, I'm gonna let that happen. But now, a little thing here on the heel, watch how I'm gonna roll to my heel here, right? So as I fall back here, I'm going to be able now to kick my leg back. Now, still flaring this elbow and pushing this thigh away, I'm now going to push this bottom leg through as I kick this leg back. So she pushes me here. Now once I'm in this position where I'm quite aerodynamic towards the ground, I want to really like face plant down and try to like almost turn her over to the other side here. right? So turn the angle a little bit here. So first off, the knee slide, but she's pushing me away. So I'm playing into it by coming up here and now kicking my leg back. Kick my leg back and then push her knee all the way through here. So as you can see, it's an opening where she wants to keep her knee tight to her elbow, but me pushing it down creates a little opening for me to come down, right? Now there's a couple of situations that can happen here. If Jill decides to give me her back, perfect. I'm gonna start looking for that seatbelt grip straight away, right? But if she turns in, I'm gonna start just fighting to get a good control and get my points. So, looking at the pass again, here. So first the knee slide position, right? So she's pushing me away. That's my cue. One more time. Boom. Here. Yes guys, last one for today here. So same kind of situation like we did. The third combined pass that we're going to do for today. So initially starting off here with the knee slide, but Jill is pushing my knee away, right? So I'm going to go for the Toreando, but now Jill is posting on my shoulder and she's creating a lot of space here and I'm having a hard time getting tight. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to walk back and push her leg back with me, right? So as I'm walking here, I go for the leg drag, okay? So first the knee slide, push, Toreando, leg drag, okay? So once I'm here going for the Toreando, it's important that I feel that she's really posting and like making a hard time for me. That's when I really have to work with the bottom hand here to push while I'm gonna walk counterclockwise back here all the way, right? Try to stay as low as possible because if I'm posturing up, there's more space, she will get back in with her legs, right? So once you're here, you want to make it 2 steps maximum and stay low at the same time. So one more time here. Boom. She pushes. Toreando. She's really posting. I'm walking in to the leg drag here. Right? Just do one more time. So you guys get the float. Boom. Nice and easy. Okay? And then there's a couple of things we can do from there as well. We'll see. Hey guys, welcome to another great week here. So what we're going to do today is passing, starting off with a knee slide, then Toreando, and finally a leg drag pass. So we're going to chain them a little bit together, and it's going to be a little bit with the opponent reacting to each and every pass. So starting off with the knee slide. So here with Jill on the bottom, there's a couple of things I'm looking for when I'm starting to knee slide here.
Middle of the camera.
Dude, this is the middle of the camera.
But you're going that way.
No, I'm going this way. So here, I want to tilt Jill's hips a little bit to the side here. And what I'm looking for is a little angle where I can place my foot or my toes on the floor right behind her knee here. Right? So I'm looking for this here and then bringing my knee over her thigh, right? At the same time, I'm looking to really like frame that thigh that's on the other side here. To do that, I'm gonna put my hand on her ribs or on the side of her belly and flare my elbow out like this. So if she tries to press her knee in, I really have a good frame to stop that, right? Now, the reason why I'm making sure that I'm putting my feet or my toes right behind her knee here is so that she can't set up a reverse del Hiva hook here, right? If my leg is here, it's gonna be much easier for her to set it up. Here, watch how she can't get a good hook, right? So looking for that angle here, stepping in, and now I'm going in for the knee slide, right? You could do this drill a couple of times back and forth just to get the hang of the entry, right? So what I like to do is just come in here, go out, and then go back in here, right? And once you feel comfortable on one side, you can change up and go to the other side here. So back and forth, right? So once you've gotten into the position, well, what you're likely to meet is frames from the opponent down here, right? So there's a couple of things. First off, I want to remove this hand here by swimming on the inside, right? So my arm comes on the inside, and I'm looking to grab her upper arm and pull her wrist under my armpit here. So here, this way. Now, always look to get that underhook here. If her arm is down here, I'm gonna fight to make sure that I get the underhook and swim that arm in, right? Now, from this position, I can slide that knee through, or optional or a little extra, I can now use my head to twist Jill's face over to the other side. So here, now I can slide through here. Once I'm free, I'm just gonna scissor my legs back and then look for the side control. So, the angle and the entry, right? From here, a lot of the times she's gonna be framing, and now looking for that pass. So the entry is something you should drill a lot, and then that last little finish is also something that you can add on to on the drill later on as well. But definitely what I feel is when people pass me and they get that first entry real nice, it's going to be a real struggle to get them out of there or to defend from the bottom position there. Okay guys, so we're going to go a little bit further here with the pass, starting off with the knee slide here. And what happens a lot is when I'm knee sliding, Jill is going to be posting on my knee or just pushing me out in general here, right? And she doesn't want me to get closer, and I'm going to feel like I'm being pushed back. So once this happens, I'm going to let her move me back. So I'm going to roll over to my heel here. So watch how my toes are on the floor. I'm rolling back to my heel. And from this position, I'm going to kick back the leg that's in between all the way back here, right? At the same time, this hand is leading her knee back. So I'm really pushing her knee through here, all the way. As I do so, I'm going to be diving down to get close and tighten the position. So here, kicking back, what I want to do is make her turn over to the other side and kind of like face plant in towards Jill. There's a couple of things that can happen. One, I can get her back, go for the seatbelt, or two, she is gonna turn in and I'm looking for the side control. So here again, knee slide, she pushes, and I can kick and go for the Toreando. Time, you have to feel when your opponent is pushing that that's the moment that you're gonna move out. Still framing that thigh, right? Here, you can move in, get tight, go for the back, or just get the side control. Okay, so last one here for today. We're gonna do the last chain of the passing, and starting with the knee slide here, Jill pushed me out and I started to go for Toreando here. Now, she's framing me and I can't get closer to Jill's head. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna walk all the way back, but I'm gonna bring her legs with me, right? So I'm gonna walk here and go back to the leg drag, right? Now there's a couple of things here. One, I wanna make sure I'm always pushing this leg over to the side. And two, I wanna stay low and make it short steps, or like least or maximum 2 steps, right? So I'm gonna go 1, 2, here, right? So first off, the knee slide, she's gonna be pushing, Toreando, and then into the leg drag, okay? And again, it's important to stay low because if I'm moving here, it's super easy for Jill to create space and bring her legs in again, right? So once I'm here, I'm gonna walk and stay real low while I'm walking here. So I'm really blocking her legs from coming in again, right? And these things can go back and forth. She can push back and I can go back in again for the Toreando. So looking at the whole chain, you can get the knee slide, but she's pushing. So I'm going away, go for the Toreando. I can't get the Toreando. I'm walking back and getting the leg drag. Nice and easy. Awesome.